This Map Suite MVC Edition sample app walkthrough, we're going to show you how you can add individual context menu items to a marker. If you're not familiar with markers, they're typically used for identifying points of interest or other hotspots on your map. And they're client-side objects, so they allow you to do a lot of things very quickly, such you can click on them and do pop-ups, you can drag them around, you can set your own custom icons and do all sorts of things. But for this sample, we're going to focus mainly on the context menu item for them. So here we've got a marker, and if I right-click on it, you can see I've got 5 different selections, and each of these does something a little bit different. This one will pop up a a wiki article about the area, and then the other one will get the current position and update it over here in this label. And then we can also use it to zoom into the map, or to zoom out of the map, or to recenter the map on here too. So really the uses of context menus are limitless, and you can implement whatever functionality you want for each of your individual markers. So let's take a look at the code to see how you would set this up in your application. For this sample, all the code's in the view source, and the context menu is built when we're creating the app and creating the map for the application. So here we're doing our standard setup stuff, where we're adding the map to the page and creating a world map kit WMS overlay, so we have a base map to work with. In this case, we're going to go ahead and have a marker overlay. It's going to contain our one marker. Now, of course, it contained multiple markers if you had several you want to display on the map. And then we're going to start building up our context menu. So we're going to give our context menu a name and a size, and then we're going to start adding all the various items to it. So here's where we're setting up the 5 items to be displayed inside the context menu item. The first one is where we're setting our link to the Wikipedia article, and that just is giving that using an href tag and popping that up in a new browser window. The next one is where we're actually clicking it and getting the position. So in this case, we have to do something a little bit different. We just give it our text of what we want the context menu item to be, current position to show up there in the menu item. And then when somebody clicks that, we need it registered the on-client click event to call this JavaScript function. And when that happens, this JavaScript up here is going to be executed. We get passed in an event argument that gives us the latitude and longitude of where that user clicked, and we can set our label accordingly. So that's kind of neat to know that you can get access to some of that information all on the client side. The next 3 ones are doing the map, some map navigation for zooming in, zooming out, and centering. And to do that, you can just call some of the JavaScript functions directly on the on-click event. In this case, we're doing a map zoom in. On this one, we're doing a map zoom out, and on this one, we're going to do a pan to world coordinate and pass it the location of where we have our marker, since we knew where that was on setup. Once we set up all those menu items, we just need to add them actually to the context menu. So that's what this code is doing here. And then down here, we're just creating our location of where we want our marker to be displayed, and then adding that to the marker overlay by doing this line of code right here. Finally, we're gonna go ahead and set our zoom level set and assign that context menu that we built up here to the default marker style.context menu property. So that's where you assign what context menu you want to be associated with that marker. So if you have multiple markers, again, you can create different context menus and assign them all individually, and then just applying that so that's available for all zoom levels and rendering out to the map. So that's pretty much it for this sample. As you can see, there's a lot you can do with context menus. You can also do context menus on the map itself, but this gives you even more control because you could do it on an individual marker basis too. I hope this sample app walkthrough has been helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us, or you can post your questions directly on our discussion forums at thinkgeo.com/forums. Thank you for watching.